Hello? Hello, chat? Hi. Hello. Are we doing? Looks like we're doing. Hi, everyone. Everything sound good? Nothing on fire? Everything is fine. I've taken over Finn's bedroom for the evening. I didn't set up my own background, so I figured, oh, it's a perfectly cozy room. It's so chill in here. I am very, very thrilled. I got me a little blankie because I'm kind of cold, which is funny because I'm always the one who keeps it cold. But it's normally not that cold in here. So, hi everybody. We have so much to talk about. A lot of really, really fun, exciting things to talk about. So, let me start things off by saying, if you want to send questions, you should do it early, using the pinned link or the link in the description. Those are the spot to put them, and it's better to send it now, because once I get going, I have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to talk at you for a little bit. I don't even know where I should start, actually. I'll start with some questions and just a little hey, how you doing, while people are coming in and we're hanging out. Oh man, I have had a long day. I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I cooked breakfast, and then I went to the gym, and then I came home and I took a little baby nap, and then I took a shower, and then I went to eat lunch, and then I went to the office, and then I went back home to eat dinner and rest, and now I'm here. So it's been a big day full of things. I did not get as much done in the office today as I had hoped, but I did get some shit done. Like, I had to write. I can't. No, I can say. I had to write product descriptions for the upcoming Alphonse and Seth plushies. And I take pride in those being pretty good. So that took some brain juice. Did that. I know I did something else. I did other stuff. I swear I did other stuff. Oh, I wrote notes for this stream. That was a lot of notes, actually. Yeah. I'm sure I did other stuff that I've now long since forgotten. Yeah. So it's been chill. Oh, man. So let me boop over to the questions real quick, and I will try to speed through a few of these, and then we can talk about what we got going on. Amal asked, will we get spicy audio where the listener is where Seth and Alphonse are in control, perhaps is the way to put that. Yeah, at some point. Jolly Ina asked, what font was used in Escape's finale thumbnail? And I don't remember. I could go and look. Hold on. Actually, I don't know if I gave that to... Now I don't remember. And Thu is not here today. That's not it. I think Thu just used one. I did have an idea for it. I don't know, unfortunately. Casper asked, could we possibly get an Alucard Halloween vid? I know he's a retired character, just thought I'd ask. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. People really loved some of the AUs and shit, and I feel like if I'm gonna put any energy into Halloween, it should probably be that. Never say never, but I don't have any great ideas at the moment for Alucard. They also asked, how's the new studio been? Been loving the cat content on Instagram. New studio's good. It's really nice. I've written several thousands of words here already. It's real nice. I always feel good when I walk through the door and turn the lights on. And I think that's a good time. Zorazip VA asked, who are some ASMR friends that you have? It's not a long list. It's not a long list. Carlin Audio is a good friend. I'm trying to get to know a few people better. But I have been a fairly private fella in recent years. I was not always that way. And then, you know, shit happens. People die. Last Star asks, how has everything been for you? Good. Very good. I have a lot of ideas. So, yeah. What else do we got going on? Soap Mink, which is a fantastic name. Do you have anything planned for Oron and or more of Seth? Well, Seth's coming out to tomorrow. Seth has an audio coming out tomorrow. Oron has an entire massive series called Shattered that's coming up. Bittersweet Chapter 4 will be happening one day. So, yeah. And my equipment I'm using is different, so I might sound a little different on this microphone, which is why I might sound different. I'm also not... I'm talking at my lower register. Let's see, what else do we got? Glowing Runehelm asks, any updates on Echoes and or Shattered? So yeah, update on Shattered is episode 2, first draft is done. Feel pretty good about it. It is not as massive as episode 1, but it is dense in terms of information. And that's been really good. I really see where I'm going at the moment, so that's a lot of fun. As for Shattered has not been worked on in a little bit. I'm riding the Echoes wave while it's hot, and then it'll be time for Shattered. I feel really confident that shit's really gonna start popping off in terms of me getting things done. So, feeling good. Midoriya asked, I have 2 questions. What is something you plan on doing in the future, and do you love what you are doing now? I do love what I'm doing now. I'm very thrilled with all the things that I'm working on and that I'm up to. Something that I plan on doing in the future. Perhaps this is a good time to pivot to the next subject I was going to talk about. We will return to questions momentarily. So, something I plan on doing in the future. It is now a very good time to talk about one of my big things that I have written many notes for, because I actually need to ask you all questions about some things. So, I want to do a big housewarming stream, which is essentially a subathon style event stream with face cam and members of Team YuuriVoice here live in studio, and some additional segments with VTuber Finn. And I just want to make a big deal out of it. Which is essentially it's a fundraiser stream to try and ease some of the pain that came along with moving into the studio, because I did not plan on doing all of that in the middle of June into July. Yes, that's how months work. So I've been thinking of a bunch of fun ways to do goals and like rewards you can redeem, things like that. But I should say right off the bat that don't give anything if you cannot give anything. That's always the case. Like, don't subscribe to the Patreon, don't give me anything if you cannot. This is not... I need no one to put themselves out for me or for any of the things that will be occurring on the stream. The tentative date that I am looking at is August 18th. Things can change, but I feel pretty good about that specific date. And that's a Sunday, so it'll be a Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. type stream, because it's probably going to go a little long, and I don't really want to go all the way to like 3 a.m. I would rather go into the evening and not ruin my sleep schedule. So I'm excited for you guys to see how good everything looks on camera, because the face cam is no joke, and it's all set up and ready, but I did not want to show it off tonight, because I think it would be a lot better to do that on the stream, because that's what the stream's about. It's really cool. So I'm excited to have folks here in studio, and we'll be goofing and having a good time. I should say, and this will be a point that I make during the stream as well, if you have limited resources and you are not sure what is the best way to support me financially, get stuff for you. Buy merch. Go to Patreon. Like, treat yourself more so than like yeet me anything. Like, by all means, buy pins. I'm shipping pins again, by the way. If you've been looking at getting the enamel Pocky pin collections, do that. If you are the person who ordered a million years ago and has not got their thing, for the love of God, check your email. I emailed this person like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, because they did not include a house number with their address, and I cannot ship you your stuff because I do not have your house number. So if you're out there, person who hasn't checked their email, help me. Yeah, anywho, merch. As for what Finn will be doing on the stream, I really like the idea of him doing a YuuriVoice boy tier list. We did that with Alphonse, I believe. And it was a lot of fun. And I think Finn would be a lot of fun to do that with, among other things. So now we get to the part where I need to ask you guys some questions because I need some help brainstorming. Let me take a sip of water first. So, excuse me. I've got a thing set up where we'll be able to track how much we've raised. I've got notes. I mean, actually, if you wanted to take the notes, I would not hate that. I have my document up, but my notes are already there. And I will probably miss some of the things people suggest. So, stream goals. I've come up with a few, but I definitely think we should have more. So, stream goals are like stretch goals. So, like total amount raised and things we do for that. I've got a few bullet points already. Showcase the Alphonse and Seth plushies. They are physically here. They can be on camera. You can get a real good look at them. And I might be timing their pages, their product pages to be live for the stream. So, that'll probably be a really early one. And we can show those off. And that'll be fun. The second thing was something I was going to just show a screenshot of in Finn's stream, but I forgot. And then I realized, like, you know what? Maybe this would be a fun reward, which is there is an Echoes of Everlast teaser trailer that is ready. It is a storybook style, little over a minute with narration from Finn. That sort of sets the tone for Echoes of Everlast. I think it would be a really fun way to debut that. I think that would be a lot of fun because it's going to be a little bit before it's ready, and I've got this trailer sitting here, and whenever it's time for Echoes to come out, I'm probably going to make a real trailer for it that uses like actual scenes from the video and everything. So maybe this little teaser can be a cool reward for people. The trailer would be posted after the stream. I'll be uploading it. The next bullet point is a Shady Bones pre-debut stream. For those of you who may not be aware, Shady Bones is a standalone VTuber character of mine who has been sitting on the sidelines for a little bit while I work on a million other things. And I need to start getting ready for some time with old Bonesy. So, if we hit a certain goal, perhaps we can do a super special pre-debut stream with him, which is a pretty great way to work out some of the kinks that might be there with my hotkeys and the model and everything. But yeah, I should have planned to share his Twitter handle. Hold on. If you're unfamiliar with Bones, oh, there you go. Hell yeah, Thea. You're a rock star. Yeah, so I think we could break him out. There's some sort of mysterious bullet point here just called a fiendish reveal. I don't know what that means. Could mean a lot of things. Not sure what that's supposed to be. And then another one is a Triple Z cosplay stream as Ben Bigger. For those of you who don't know, I am preparing a cosplay of a character from the game Zenless Zone Zero. He is a big bear, and I love him. So I think perhaps I could put on the cosplay and play the game a little bit, which is great because I'm right at the part where he's a thing. So we would be able to run into him a lot. I'm very excited about the cosplay. I'm not so excited that... So I plan to debut him at San Japan. And the universe has something to say about that. I have had my eye on a tattoo artist for the past 2 years, maybe a year and a half, but it has been over a year for sure. And the day after I sent my submission to him to get a tattoo done, he announced the next day that he was going to be in Austin, where I'm at, that weekend, the same weekend of San Japan, which is a anime convention in San Antonio. And so I immediately was like, oh my God, let me see if we can work this out, because he's all the way up in Philadelphia, which is an entire plane ride and couple nights in a hotel away. So probably like a significant amount of money to go get the tattoo, not to mention the tattoo is expensive. So, anywho, I'm booked. And he would prefer it if we tattoo on Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday and Sunday, just so we don't run up against the last day that he's there, in case of something going wrong or we need more time or anything like that. And the likelihood of me going on Sunday with a freshly tattooed arm and risking sweating in the Texas heat is unlikely. So that is a huge bummer. Really unfortunate timing. I am thinking I will probably go down. I might go down on... I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, essentially. So that is a bummer because I've got a whole lot of friends going and it was going to be a really good time. But I also do really, really, really want this tattoo. For those of you who are curious. Ooh, let me look. Yeah, that could work, Thea. And we'll share that everywhere instead, you know, outside of stream too. Thea threw together a little form for you to send in specific suggestions for the housewarming stream rewards and stuff. Anywho, I could bust out the cosplay for a stream. That would be real fun. The tattoo is Hades game inspired. I'm gonna have Zagreus and Mel and some of my favorite keepsakes and things and references and whatnot on my lower right arm. I'm very excited about it. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look amazing. Hey, Perp. Yeah, man. Getting the tattoo. I just, man, whenever my tattoo was done, not even when it was done, when I just had the line art done, I just immediately felt like at least 0.5 to 1%, not percent. We're using a 10-point scale. I felt 0.5 to 1 point hotter with my tattoo. So if I can eke out another 0.5, I will be stoked. So yeah, that's a bummer. But anywho, cosplaying Ben on stream while playing the game sounds like a pretty good time. Outside, those are the only stretch goals that I've come up with off the top of my head. I can certainly come up with more. That was just, I rattled my brain around and that's what came out at the time. Outside of that, I would also like to do I have like a dono menu basically, which is if you give X amount of dollars, you redeem whatever that amount gets you off of the menu. And I don't have as much for that because I'm a little short on ideas. I've got, and I don't have number amounts yet. 1 to 2 sentence line read as specific character. YuuriVoice boys only. Not as, I will not do random impressions of characters I don't know. Wheel spins, potentially for Finn only, depending on the circumstances. Things that would go on the wheel would be like, I would have to come up with some things, but they would be fun redeems. We have so behind me, you guys can't see it right now. I have 2 like dividers behind me that have chalkboards on them. So I was thinking, getting your name on a board, that could be like, that'd probably be a cheaper one. So like if you, I don't know, $5 get your name written on the board, perhaps. I don't know. Something like that. People seem to like that sort of thing. I have to ask friends if they would be interested in this. But I was thinking of getting a big dry erase board and calling it the doodle board, and you could redeem a doodle, and it'll be a silly doodle based on whatever prompt you want doodled. No guarantees I'll be doodling because I don't know. If there's a prompt that I feel like I could doodle, I would doodle it, but I have no other ideas for the dono menu specifically. I could come up with a couple of big ticket items, like I really don't want to do commissions. I don't want to do commissions, but if I set the number really high for a commission, maybe it would be okay. I don't know. So I'm open to ideas. Yeah, that's all I got. So use the form that Theo is working on to ship that over. Yeah, go for it, Thea. Do the thing. Raffle entries are good. Raffle entries are good. I don't know what I'd raffle, but yeah. That covers everything that I had for the housewarming stream. So I'm excited to pick your brains. Yeah, let me see if I can do that. Can I copy link? Let me boop over here. Yeah, the choice between con and tattoo, it was not a difficult one, just oh no. That didn't want to work right. Give me this. Copy text. Shit. Give me that. Copy that and put that here. And then I copy that. And then I did it. Save. All right. That should be in the description now. I don't think. I mean, I don't think it'll auto update, but anyone new who boops in will see it. Huh. Oh, it's there? Whoa, that's cool. Hey, Blue. All right. I'm gonna knock out a few more questions before we get to other things. Last Star asks, would you be bringing out some of the characters during the live? Assuming you mean... I'm not sure what you mean. I for sure want to have a whole segment with Finn. We could also have Alphonse pull up, but it's going to be a long stream, so I don't want to... I can under-promise and over-deliver that way. So it's like, I'm not going to say he's not going to show up, but I will not guarantee it either. Nick Self asks, what's the plan for Bittersweet? Is there more in the works? Yes. Chapter 4 is coming. There was another episode that dropped on New Year's. And I have a lot of plans. I've been tweeting about it. And some people will be like, Oh, they might have meant for this stream? No, I don't think I'm bringing anybody out. You're stuck with me. Yeah, I've been tweeting about Bittersweet Chapter 4, and people are like, oh my god, Bittersweet, more Bittersweet confirmed. And I'm like, you know, said there was going to be more at the end of the last episode. So I don't know why that's news. How are you feeling about working in an office now? I am enjoying myself. It's been very nice just having a spot to go purely to create things. I'm still getting used to it though. It's strange. Sleepy Frog asks, when can we get some more Oron? He's got a sleep aid coming very soon. And also anything you can tell us about upcoming plans. Well, I feel like we're touching on that already. Hopeful Goddess asks, what's the biggest thing you're excited about for The Office? It seems with all the new audios, it's really helping your production. Well, I would say that I'm playing catch up, so I wouldn't just attribute it to The Office. I needed to get back to work. But it is very nice. I don't know. The writing is what I've been most excited about, just because it finally feels like I really blew right through whatever blockage I had going on. Cyrus Massey asks, hint on who the new character is, how they are involved in Bittersweet if applicable. Who? Are we talking about Shady Bones now? He's a whole separate entity. He is a whole separate entity, so I would not really... I don't know what other new character... There's a billion new characters I've talked about at this point. There's a lot. So... Lustful Loser says, yo, it's me. How's the new office treating you? Also, is Shady Bones coming soon or expect him late 2024 or 2025? Have a good day. I would say there will be things happening in 2024. I just need to... I'll see how things play out. But I'd like to get him going. Spacey Protogen asks, how did you get started? Started by doing Yuri on Ice audios on Tumblr. And here we are. Hex says yesterday's Bunfin audio was very holy shit. Was wondering, are we gonna get a sequel to that audio? Perhaps an unnecessary question, but yeah, no. Yeah, I think so. That is my plan. I'm always like, we've set up like them taking a shower / bath, and I am always really hesitant about doing we're in the water audios because I think they're shitty for immersion because like there should be a ton of splishy splashy noises, and I am not editing in every splish and splash. That just won't happen. Because I feel like even if you do it, it's going to sound like dog shit. So I think I'm just willing to suspend my disbelief, and it will just be bath, ambiance, and anything else that occurs, you just have to imagine your own splishy splashy. Abyssal asks about content updates. I have a whole section of my notes about content things. Echoes of Everlast, episode 2, its first draft is completed. I'm very happy with how it's turning out. I ended up shipping some people I didn't think I was going to ship. I mean, I knew there was going to be a joke that could lead to shipping, but then they interacted, and I was like, oh my god. Kiss. I just want these two old men to kiss. I have a lot of very specific ideas for echoes. I even today broke my rule and daydreamed beyond where I told myself to stop. And I saw a beautiful man. I saw a beautiful man beyond that boundary. But that is for another time. So first draft for episode 2 is done. So, you know, I talked a big game about how I wanted to get everything done. So like multiple episodes done and scheduled in one go. I don't think that's fucking happening. I just don't know if it's realistic with me. But I'm gonna write everything and figure it out from there. So, yes. There was, speaking of Echoes of Everlast, there was a great question that came in on Tumblr about whether, well, it was just about like, hey, drop a source fin audio. And I was like, I don't know if there's gonna be strictly like Everlast fin audios in the sense that like there's not a lot of room for, okay, here's a little slice of what's happening, because what's happening in the story is not sliceable. Like you can't really, it's not a good like regular audio entry type of thing. But after some thought, there is a way. I see a narrow way through. So, basically, I thought of a sort of mini series that could accompany it in the form of like a prequel that happens. Because there's going to be a lot of questions and things people probably want to see happen. So maybe that's how I make it work. I don't think there won't be any like Finn comforts your tummy ache. I don't think that'll happen, but there will be like library things. There will be various shenanigans that take place at the College of Mages. And I think that'll be okay. And no, I shouldn't say anything else. I can't say anything else. Just It takes place before he ever goes to the tower, is what I will say. So, some of you might not even know what I'm talking about. That's fine. You'll find out soon. Other than that, Sleep Aid's coming soon. Bittersweet Director's Cut news. So for those of you who want to know about Bittersweet, let me talk to you. So, one of the first things I did, being here in the office, I went and transcribed Bittersweet Chapter 1. And I was just gonna go word for word, bar for bar. And as it turns out, my writing was really bad. It wasn't bad, but the characters, specifically Seth, didn't really talk like how Seth talks now. In terms of like the way he even says things. So I did some rewrites. I did some writing to doctor it up a little bit. So I will be re-recording Chapter 1 of Bittersweet. We will be making the Bittersweet Director's Cut, which is all 3 chapters of Bittersweet with new art for Chapter 1 and remastered audio. And episodes in chapters 2 and 3 that didn't have artwork are going to get artwork. Well, I hate to break it to you, Klain. I don't think I'm changing anything in 2, and that's where most of the references are. Yeah. Yes. So that's happening. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chapter 4, so I'm excited to crack that one open. But we got a lot to do because Shattered is happening. I have not put pen to paper on Shattered in a little bit. With the way Echoes is really popping off, there's not a whole lot. I just don't want to. I don't want to veer away with how Echoes is going so well right now. Like, I should just pump that until it doesn't want to go anymore, and then we can go to Shattered, because I have to workshop a little bit. In particular, I had an idea for how I want to start it, different from how it starts in its current iteration. So I need to go do that. I'm a foxy little ring girl. I'm a foxy little ring IRL. That's what that's what I'm going for. I'm a foxy little ring IRL. Welcome to Dreamer. So not a whole lot going on with Shattered there. Patreon suggestions. A while back, I told patrons to give me their spicy audio suggestions. I wrote down the ones that were good ideas for kind of quickie one-off things. Some of them overlap with things that are sort of already planned. And others seem like they needed like a whole video intro. But I appreciate everyone who sent in their requests and suggestions on Patreon. So those are written down. I have them. They will be referenced when I make more stuff. Yeah, so that's most of the that's what I've got for specific content updates. Returning to the question form, Glowy Fish asks, are you going to end up making plushies for all the boys like you did with the pins? I hope so. It really depends on it depends on Makeship, really, because they're my partner with making the plushies. If they will keep having me, I will keep making plushies. Let's see, where were we? Do any of the boys have tattoos? Dilf Seth has a tattoo. That's all I've really got. Riza's Pistol asked, can you say how many of the replies to the Patreon audio idea request you generally plan to record? I wrote down several of them. A lot of them like overlapped, which leads me to Felix's question of any chance we'll ever get an audio of Oron and Rook in that broom closet. I think I will probably do that soon. That will probably happen soon. Scarlet Torchic says, congrats on the new office space. How did it feel getting the space, decorating it, seeing it all finished and working in it the first time? Looking forward. Oh, let me scooch over. Looking forward to everything down the line. Keep being awesome. Thank you. It was awesome. It was a shit ton of work. So when it was finally done, I needed to rest. But now, like, it's real cool. It's real cool. Oron asks, what video game systems did you have as a kid, if any? Well, my first one was the Sega Genesis. And then I had many. I had a SNES. Then a N64, then I'm old. I'm old, so I had a lot of them. Sunny Puppy says, what's a song that you could recite in your sleep? I don't know, I felt silly. A song that I could recite in my sleep. I have had Hosier's Nobody's Soldier snippet stuck in my head. And I can definitely, actually I can't always recite it correctly because I like to switch words around. But, yeah. Haven't asked, will you ever make a Alphonse and Guzma video where they meet through the listener? I do not think so. We had our crossover extravaganza with Guzma and Sidon that one time, and their voices are so similar, I think it would be a bad time. Like, I just don't think people would follow very well. Titchy Lizzie asked, will there be an Oron sleep aid? There will be two. One where he's clicky-clacking on keyboard and one where he's sleeping. And I'm doing very well, thank you. Sunflower Hour asks, have you watched the Olympics at all? I saw you retweet the Booby Smack video. I turned it on at one point. I mean, the coolest part was the opening. Gojira playing on the side of that castle was sick. Other than that, like, I'm not a big... I don't know. I stay up to date with, like... I stay up with... How do I... With, like, the major Olympians and storylines and stuff. Let's see. Kinsey asks, can we please have a Seth Comfort video? Yes, I think so. Dusty says, no question, just reminding you you're awesome. Excited as all get out for Echoes and Shattered. Thank you, Dusty. Ashton asks, how was your week or day? Today was good. Long. I'm pretty exhausted, but I'm locking back into my routine, so I feel pretty good about that. Zora Zip asks, will there be new characters coming? So, Echoes of Everlast alone has 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm so glad you guys can't see the stupid look on my face as I'm trying to think of everything. 4 of them, and then there will be more. There will be more. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, there's a lot. There are quite a few. They will not all be voiced by me. That would be impossible. I've been thinking about how I want to do this collab, and I think maybe we'll do what we did for Jesse and put listings up on Casting Call Club, because there's a lot of people I want to ask to try out for things, but I think I need them to actually audition for a few different roles, because there's a lot of great options. So I need to like hear some presentations. I for sure know somebody. I know one role that I want someone in right now. I don't kiss and tell, Casper. Fern asked, is Faust going to come back after any of the bigger projects? Yes. Yes. Immature Moron asked, who would you say is the most mischaracterized among all of the YuuriVoice boys? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't... Here's the thing. I don't... If someone, like, has written a character or is, like, going balls deep on headcanons and stuff, I normally just don't read it. Like, I don't pay a whole lot of attention. I think what I do know is Oron got a bad rap just because of his archetype. So I think there were a lot of people who hesitated on him and had an idea of him that does not accurately represent who he is, I guess. But I think a lot of people have come around on him now. Phrasing. Drea asked, anything you can say about the plus size guy in Echoes? I haven't seen him, but I know I'm in love with him. Oh man. I love him. So the blacksmith is a big boy. I have wanted this beefy boy for a long time. And while you may not know what he looks like, I will openly admit that he is a really shameless... It is a really shameless self-insert for me. I wanted a character that I could cosplay. It's not a complete one-to-one, but I did pretty much just describe an idealized fantasy version of myself. So that's him. He's really cool. He's way cooler than me, though. I do seriously just want to cosplay him, though. So I was actually looking on Etsy at some fantasy tunics to wear. So yeah, he's great. He's not really like me. I mean, sort of, but in a way that isn't like other ways. And I'm gonna fuck up his life. Unfortunately, I'm gonna ruin him. I was talking on, I think it was Tumblr as well, that a lot of the characters in Echoes are already in the midst or even at the end of their journeys. They have been through a lot of what they're through or going to go through. They are making decisions based on the events that made them already. Whereas Blacksmith, he is, I would say he's the closest to the character at the start of his story. So we kind of get to see him go from just a guy to wherever the story takes him. Well, we have a lot of... I like picking up characters that have already been through some shit. Because a lot of the times getting through the shit takes forever and isn't all that fun to kick off. But when you put someone who is kind of just starting out along with people who have been through some shit, it creates interesting dynamics. So he represents like the common man. He is just a guy. He has no... He's not from a noble house. He has no power or station. He runs a tavern and he is a blacksmith. And he gets caught up in some of the events that take place. Nightbot's dead. Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't jiggle any handles. Huh. Okay, what else do we got? Alan Midnight asked a great question because it's actually a point that I meant to add. Alan was asking about Oron or Alphonse's ringtones. I owe ringtones from last year. So we will be getting those done before the big stream. I will have those done before the big stream. I sure do. I've thought about it several times recently. So that is a project I will be getting done in the next 2 weeks. Moxie asks, what's the next step for Bittersweet? Grief. Unprocessed grief. I definitely skip that. What was I saying? Grief. I realized when going back through Bittersweet Chapter 1 that so much of, and I didn't realize it back then, but like so much of what motivates Alphonse is unprocessed grief and all this blame he's trying to push around. Yeah. So he's got that to work on. The next chapter, I don't really know when, but we have so much big stuff to work on. I don't feel great trying to plan too far ahead because, like, just for the Bittersweet director's cut, like, there's a ton of artwork that has to get done. So you know, I don't know, but Angelic says, "I'm sorry, lost and found? ? That is all I'm asking." I don't know. I don't know. I've got too much else to worry about than, like, I can do like one shots with Charlie, but like I'm not ready to pick up the plot just yet. Let's see. Bastiov says, in the USA, Pocky's called Pocky, but in Spain, it's called Mikado. I don't know why. I don't know why either, but I have found that any sort of sweet treat is better outside of the United States. Ren asks, who would be more likely to do a dance battle than actually fight? Well, the only one who I think could dance is Alphonse. Like, I feel like Alphonse can probably dance, but he also would fight, so I don't know. That one potato asks about the not so stealthily hidden Alphonse and Seth plushies, which I talked about earlier, that they'll probably be revealed in the big stream that's coming. Let's see. I like yogurt. Asks, will we get more comfort audios, especially Charlie? I was thinking recently that I still want to do everyone gets a comfort audio because they need to get more stuff. Ba, 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 ba. I totally lost track of where I'm at. Will there ever be an in-character Oron-based stream? Yes, I think so. What are the chances of Finn being the final boss? Not zero. The chances are never zero. It depends on what is final. Perhaps. Do you have any ideas for Jack beyond his re-debut? Excuse me. Some. we've got the next installment of that'll be coming soon. I just gotta think about it a little bit. Erica Sutton says, I just finished the last chapter of Bittersweet. Loved it. Gonna listen to the epilogue soon. Anyway, my question is, what will Shattered be about? Will it be about... Ooh, let me scooch over. Will it be focusing on Finn and Oron? And will Seth, Alphonse, and Charlie be in it as well? I can confidently say Seth and Alphonse will not be in it. Everything else, we're gonna have to see. Another question about comfort ASMRs. Yes, there will be more. Starlight asked, what made you want to do ex-listener ASMR videos? Also, hi from France. It's 1:40 a.m. over here. Oh my goodness, it's late. So I got really inspired by the anime Yuri on Ice. I wanted to make Yuri Kotsky audios. So I made a blog on Tumblr, and I was making character audios there, just as a way to participate in the fandom. And then things started beyond that. And I just sort of kept going. Purple says, why do you keep putting the boys in the walls? That's dangerous. Put them in a box. That's fair. I feel there's more room to stretch out in the walls. At least vertically, I guess. Bloody Bread asked, does a sketch of Source Finn exist? Like a study. Asking out of curiosity as someone who's been drawing scenes and things. There is a full body, but Jackie is going to be redoing him soon. So I wouldn't I'd hang on tight. I'd just hang on for a little bit. One thing, which I had to pitch a ton of things to Thu recently when we finally met again and everything, work started happening again. Something that I want to figure out is I need a way, some sort of image that shows off full body art. Oh, whew. You can tell I'm a little tired. Something that shows off full body artwork. Ooh, that should not have been a tongue twister. Of the characters. So we have like proper references. And I would have those would be available on Patreon for, they would just be public posts categorized there. Hey, Jackie. Hello, Jackie. I could perhaps get you the current art of Source Finn, though, just so you can work with it. Let's see what else we got. Haunting Misery asks, do you look at other ASMR creators' content for inspiration? By the way, glad to know you're doing well. I don't. I think the only times that I do is I'm looking to see if there's some sort of like standard or trend I'm missing with thumbnails or something else. If there's, I don't know. I don't like to. One, I don't even consume ASMR roleplay content just because I don't like voices talking at me. It's just not my thing. So it's not even my hobby in terms of things that I consume or listen to. So no, not really. Yeah. Glowy Fish Glowy Fish says, "Hey, it's me again. Will you be making any more full-blown stories for other characters in the future?" Yeah, I think so. I mean, who doesn't have a full-blown thing? Lucian doesn't have a full-blown thing right now. Everyone else is tied up in a thing. So, and then like Jack, he has, you know, there's a plot thread going on with him. So it depends on, it depends. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm excited about this question. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Rosie, you won the lottery. Rosie, are you in chat? Rosie, please come to the front office. The question is, there was a mention in the latest Bunny Finn video about him being glad to not be chased by wolves in the wild. Is there a possibility that another character gets a wolf form or a fun double character interaction? So, the wolves were brought up in the first audio as well. And they were brought up again in this one. And that is because if you guys have seen the wolf boy from Zenless Zone Zero, he's a very, very nice wolf boy. I really, really like him. And I want one of my own. So when I realized that I wanted one of my own, and I was like, oh, when will I ever get to do a wolf thing? I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. No. Werewolf Seth is a real werewolf. This is different. This is an anthropomorphic wolf. Ooh, that's a strange word to say out loud. And it's got to be Oron. It's just got to be Oron. It just works so well. And he gets to be red and black coated. And oh, it's got to be him. It has to be. And he'll be mean. Oh, I want it. I want it. I want him. I want him so bad. I want one of those. Anywho, I do not know when that would happen. I do not know when that would happen, but a furry Oron to match Bunny Finn. Anywho, I was not going to share that, but you asked the right question. I don't think they'll kiss. I am under the impression that the wolves bang the shit out of the bunnies. I am under that impression. But I didn't really I haven't thought that far ahead, okay? Jesse asks, would you ever consider doing a sleep aid with two guys snoring? Doing the snoring bit for the sleep aids is not very easy. You know. Oh my God, someone else asked $1 million question. Oh my God. Jasper asked, what are the plans for spooky season this year? I have not thought about it, and I need to. I super need to, because we don't have... We don't have that figured out yet, and it's going to be August, September, October. There's time, but there's not a lot of it. What? I'm so confused. Guys, we need to have a chat. Yogurt Gobbler asked, will almost all the future videos be spicy, or will we get comfort ASMRs? Guys, just because 3 videos in a row are spicy does not suddenly mean that every video is going to be spicy. Like, what would make you think that? Do you know why there's a bunch of spicy videos?
Because we got to get people back on the fucking Patreon. We have to make money.
We have to. It just played out that way. Like, Jack's audios are still coming, and those are, I mean, they're not straight up spicy. There's a million things that aren't smut still coming. Yeah, I will say that, like, I don't think Bunny Finn is really gonna ever not be getting banged. But, you know, it is what it is. The tomorrow's Seth video got restricted. It's still up and it'll be fine, but YouTube was like, this part right here is too spicy, and it's literally not. The part that they, like, because they gave me a timestamp of what the infraction was, and it was like not that big of a deal. It might be because he has his tits out in the thumbnail, honestly, and they were just looking for a reason. Anywho, there will be so many comfort audios. Don't worry. What else do we got? Erica Sutton asks, should we be expecting any more Lucian content? Eventually, but I'm not in a huge rush. There's a whole lot of shit we gotta do. Any more VTuber Alphonse gaming content? Like maybe playing Bendy and the Ink Machine in October. Maybe. There will be more Alphonse VTuber stuff, more gaming, etc. Just gotta do it. Grizz Mischief, I'm not familiar enough with Monster Hunter to tell you my favorite monster, unfortunately. Mochi Animations asked, do you have a favorite voice to do? It's the most common question now. Like, who's your favorite character to voice? Today's answer, because they're never the same from every single time it gets asked. Today I'm gonna pick Alphonse because I can just slide right in there, you know? I can just whip that thing out, boom, right between the cheeks. and he's here, you know? Like, I don't even really got to try all that much. So it is very easy. Very easy. So I would say that one probably just strictly based on lack of effort. This is the one where this is the other $1 million question. I'm a foxy little ring girl. Or I'm a foxy little ring IRL. Sorry. I'm just picturing like the world's smallest boxing ring. Except it's like wearing lingerie or something. I don't know. Whatever your interpretation of foxy is. Maybe it has fox ears. Anywho, you're a foxy little ring. Ask, is Valentine finally showing up in Echoes? Now gather round, friends. Gather round. A lot of you don't know who Valentine is. A lot of you haven't a clue. Valentine was a dragon boy that made one appearance. And then he was left behind. That was all there was. He was a pirate. This is a piratey dragon man. I'll just say that no. I'll just say no. But I would also say that I'm not beyond repurposing ideas. And making them... Nope, I can't even say it. Well, can't even say it. Zorazip asked, will there be more Guzma content? Yeah, probably. I mean, I always think I'm done, and then one day I'm like, oh shit, I want to do more Guzma, and then I do it, and it's fine. So, Lil Grem asks, excuse me, what's your opinion on fan stories? My friend wants to write you one, but they're nervous to do it. Depends on what you mean by fan stories. This is a term that I am not familiar with. Do you mean like they want to make fan fiction? In which case, there's people who make fan fiction and post it. I do not indulge in them. But there are folks in the fandom who do enjoy such things. Starlight, thank you for the sweet message. Faith asked, how are the babies? Parentheses, your cats. They're good. Yeah, they've been doing good. It's been mostly uneventful, which means that's pretty good. Uneventful's good with animals. Yeah. Well, shit. We made it to the end of the list. Was there anything else? There was one more thing to talk about. And I know we're like we're an hour and a half into this. And I'm getting warm in this blankie. Hold on. I have to commune with the spirits. Oh. Ah, much better. Let me turn the damn fan on. I went from being cold to being hot. So, to wrap things up, I've got Patreon questions. Because Patreon is doing some exciting stuff, and I need to pick y'all's brain. You do not have to submit this. I'll just read chat. This is just a vibe check, really. Just a vibe check. So, Patreon finally announced that after years of creators begging, after years of begging, we can now mass edit posts. Well, next month we'll be able to mass edit posts. Which would allow me to fix a lot of things. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if I wanted to edit tags on posts, I have to go to each individual post and add it. I have to open the edit post button, edit it, save it, go to the next post, edit it, save it, go to the next post, edit it. Oh my God, Sleepy Frog. It went through. Here is your answer. Can you make an audio that is Alphonse and Seth having a Halloween party with listener and it'll be all normal, but then it becomes spicy? No, I won't, because it creates too much confusion in the timeline of events with Bittersweet because Christmas just happened. If we then made a Halloween audio, it kind of defeats the purpose. There you go. That's the answer. What the fuck was I saying? So able to fix Patreon tags potentially. So my general question is we did already do that. You were right, Sarah Moss. We did do that. I did go through and edit every fucking post. We did. But now that it's a little easier, maybe we can actually think about, like, let me just pose a question. I'll pose this question. So on Patreon, forget everywhere else specifically that uses tags, just Patreon. So if you don't use Patreon, then this doesn't apply to you. Do you like more tags? Like really specific tags? Or do you prefer more like umbrella tags? Like, what is your ideal tagging experience? Because my fear is that if I was to like break down like genres or specific acts or things like that, the tags get so cluttered. So my worry is like, where I'm trying to figure out where the diminishing returns start. So like there's gotta be some sort of line where like, okay, a little more detailed, and then there's a threshold somewhere where like you have a million fucking tags that have like one or two posts and it's completely cluttered and it looks like shit. So I'm trying to figure out like, what to do with that. Now, that's not just like, here's the thing, can still have the umbrella tags, but then have an additional layer of specificity. Just some food for thought. Like, if things are fine, because like also the search bar eliminates a lot of that need as well, because when I write the descriptions, I try to make sure that certain things certain things are... I've lost my entire train of thought. Okay. Yeah. Let me... Spacey, I feel like I answered yours, but now I can't find you. Because I remember that name, maybe? Oh shit, I see it. Oh, Spacey, I did answer, and it's a long one. I'll give you the condensed version. I started by doing... Yuri on Ice audios on Tumblr, and then it proceeded from there. That's the short version. Nova. I tell you what, send its last call for questions. If you already sent it, feel free to send it again, and I will see it now in case. Yeah. Starlight asked, how do you come up with unique names for your boys? I have a bunch that I don't have names for, and it's super hard to come up with them. I don't know. I'm so bad. I just pray. Like, sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes I have an idea and it's super fucking easy. And then other times I suffer. So, Faith says, I know you said you probably won't sing as any of the boys, but who among them would have the best voice? I feel like Faust can probably sing. Joe asks, how long do you plan, or how long do you think you will do this? Until the wheels fall off? I have no idea. I didn't think I'd make it. I didn't think I'd be here this long, but I'm here, so I'm going until I can't go no more. Sal asked, any more one-off audios planned, or is it going to be more story-based going forward? Every audio that's coming out this week has been one-off. Like, the Guzma one was a one-off. The bunny one... So the bunny one has a general thread that ties it together, but let's be real, like, it's not really a story either. The Seth one is a one-shot with a random-ass listener. So yeah, I would say that many one-off audios are planned. It's always been that way. Like, we've always had a little bit of both. Little column A, little column B. And Zorzip VA says, mine wasn't a question that wasn't answered, but I would be good for audition for a collab. Yeah, whenever the time comes, I'll be posting like links to things and do that. It was really great when we did Jesse. There were a lot of really great auditions. It just turned out that I think it's because she worked with Seth so much, she was able to sound like that man's mama. So it just blew me away. But there were a ton of really great options. And I'm excited to work with some more folks. There are some really cool roles coming up. There's not a whole lot I can say, but it's gonna be neat. So what else? I feel like there was another Patreon thing I could mention. For Patreon folks, you may have noticed that now in the like YouTube video posts, I'm able to hyperlink directly to the spicy finale. And in the app, it just takes you to it. It doesn't open up a browser or anything. It just takes you to that audio. That will be normal moving forward. Before, I was not able to... Basically, when you schedule everything, there wasn't a working hyperlink. So basically, I'd have to wait for everything to get posted, then go back and edit it in. And there was just no way that I could reliably do that. Like, I know I would forget, or I don't like the stress of like, oh my God, I have to do this thing right now. I want to be able to, when I'm doing all my preparation, I want to be able to set the date that it drops, and I'm done. Like, it's bad enough. Like, I freak out when I'm not ready to like share it on Patreon when it drops. So it's a lot nicer this way. I think a lot of people, because like, raise your hand in the chat if you found a video on Patreon and you were like, oh, it's supposed to have a spicy finale, but then like you struggled to find the spicy finale for it, and you had to like go to the video itself and check the pinned comment and go there and then do that, like a very roundabout way to get there. If that's you, that shouldn't be happening anymore. And I might make a project of going back and adding those links to old posts. Oh, my head. That was a yap session. Oh, man. Oh, man. I wish you guys could see how tired I am right now. I'm pretty pooped. Oh, yeah. Well, I did all my yapping. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled for a special Sunday stream. I should be getting with Caddy, who was the artist and rigger for Finn, because she wants to show off some fun things from the process, and I think it'll be a good time. And Caddy is a ton of fun. You guys are gonna love Caddy. Yeah. So, Finn will be here. That'll be interesting. Interacting with a person I know for real as a character. I mean, I guess we did it with Alphonse for the Extra Life stream, but that's always so different. Oh yeah. Okay. I guess that's it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good chat. Thank you all for coming out. I feel like a guy who woke up at 4 a.m. Let's see. We've got Seth tomorrow. Expect Sleepy Time and Jack soon. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone.